Folks, welcome back to the lab. And by this lovely light coming in the window, that tells me one thing, that it is late fall. When the leaves are off the trees and the sun has changed position, it's great to have light coming back into my shop here. So here is our next project. This is an Embury number 40 traffic guard. And this is a City of Rochester embossed version. And yeah, I've been waiting to work on this. I forgot. I forgot I kind of had it in rotation because I had it, well, hanging up there with a couple of my other signal lights. And yeah, cool. So this is, and I mean, it has its issues all over the place. And I haven't looked for other issues. And I see that this was obviously severely dropped. And I can see that it probably went from here. I'll lay up across there. And you can see where it is dented the tank. And yeah, I had another one of these. I'll put a link to the video in it where I was able to get a good amount of this kind of dent out of there with a piece of chain. Or a piece of, actually I think it was paracord. But, all right, let's investigate this thing and see what we got here. And it's a very interesting mechanism here compared to the Dietz version. Beep. And this is a Fresnel globe, unmarked one, but it would appear to have no cracks in it, so that's great. Other than the chipping on the rim here. Well, the wick's kind of moving, but I'm sure it's all swelled up and kind of weird in there. Okay. I know that these are kind of held in. They're like popped in. So getting them out takes a little persuasion. There we go. Wow. Look at that thing. I like it. How interesting is that? Look at that. Never saw the core of one like that. And this makes me wonder whether this was made out of, somebody's sock or blanket or something. Or this is the way they're supposed to be. I don't know. But, oh, shoot, we need to get that out of there. Give myself a couple inches to grab onto that with if I have to. That's pretty neat. I'm going to save that. Yeah, whatever's going on here is above the gear, so some kind of bottleneck here. I think our only safest bet is going in one direction in there. I learned that from the last lantern I was working on. Don't get me started. Let me see what else I got. Something with a more of a flatter tip, because that's I ain't gonna push nothing. Let's try trusty coat hanger piece. Okay, that worked fast. Ah, we got it. All right. What the heck? I don't know. I must have just folded up in there. Okay. Well, look at this. Look at all this stuff around just for that. All right, let's recoup here. All right. Well, inside the tank looks great. Great. Really great. All the way out to the edges. Great. So, I see this has an orange. Maybe it was a red paint at some point. If there was a bunch of it left, I would want to keep it. But I don't think we will. So, I know with these traffic guards, just really, these things are built super tough, man. They're just super tough. So, there's really nothing else to remove from it. Nothing else can be removed, really, without major issues. But nothing else is removable. Let's put it that way. So I think this will be off to the sink for some paint removal. If I had the patience, I would maybe let this sit in some kind of rust removal bath. But I don't have the patience to wait. So, of course, I'm pretty much in the rust removal business here. So I don't need no chemical. I don't need no stinking chemicals. Okay. I'm going to go to the sink, put some remover on this, and then about 15 minutes. And then I'll see what came off with the first application. And if I didn't get it all, then it'll be another 15 minutes, and then removal shit and stuff like that. And I'll be back here. And I'll give this a cleaning up. This had all its paint worn off, so that'll be, oh, jeez. I'm okay. Yeah. Just about a half an hour ago, I had my last project, which is still unfinished here, and it's an Embury. So, that's funny. Because I was just thinking to myself, man, that's got the same dent in it as the other one. Yeah. Okay. I'm all right. That last project had me a little punchy. It was an Embury Air Pilot. Boy, it's really something. All right, and it ain't done yet. That's crazy. All right. Okay, I'll be back. Well, look at that. Look. And all that beautiful tin. How unfortunate. I bet you this was such a beauty when it was brand new. All right. So, if you guys are hearing a hum, which I'm sure you are, it transfers pretty darn well over to the video. My dryer is going. I apologize for that humming. And if I do a lot of like coughing and sniffling, I tested positive for COVID a couple days ago. So there's that. But I'm not overly symptomatic, which is a very good thing. Okay, let's see where to begin here. We're just going to start removing the texturing from this rust. I'm going to make this thing look pretty again. Just a little bit of areas of paint left. Should not be a problem. Okay. And I got a fresh 600 grit nylon bit on here. Now, I'm trying to assess because this is pretty highly textured, more so here than anywhere else. I may just go on the big wheel just to get this bottom part here. And I can work by hand up in here with the Dremel. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. That won't take me long. I'll be right back. Well, so when I said I was just going to do this area, stuff was just coming right off. It was cleaning up really nice with the big wheel, so I went with it. And I had forgotten just how accessible to the wheel these very compact lanterns are. So I was able to get to quite a bit of its surface. Great. And I almost killed myself getting this handle caught up in the buffing wheel, which is on the other side of my belt sander or my bench grinder. Yeah, so go fresh 600 grit, and I'm just gonna go around, and then I'll just be kind of wandering around while you guys listen to some tunage. I'll do some time-lapse music here. In case that was too loud, let me repeat that. I think we can go right to steel woolen. Amazingly. You know what made this feel like it went so fast is because I'm trying a new thing with paint removal. I am trying heavy duty easy off oven cleaner. And I'm now on my third lantern using it, and it has been great. Yeah, because I mean, I had a can that was, well, this is a small lantern, but I mean, there was literally like a fifth of a can left, and I was able to do this, and I still got a little bit left. So I'm used to fighting with the paint and sitting there at my, sink with a scrubby, as though I didn't even put any paint stripper on it, and just fighting with it, Couple applications here and there. I even, I have a lantern in my junk box that is there because the paint was just so incredibly pesky. I just didn't feel it was worth it any further to deal with it, so I threw it in the parts box. It's a nice Embury 150. This steel wool is bringing back this remaining tin to a nice little shine, and we're able to get some shine out of the rusted stuff. Get my magnet out. Get rid of Here I am scrounging for all these parts, and I'm like, oh, this really only has a couple. I want to just give a little bit more love to the burner seat here, and this is the name I'm giving it. This is the part that sits in there and makes contact with the lantern itself. Make sure that's a clean connection, so that's not the first thing to rust and stick and then never come off. Okay. This was a joy to do this lantern. The Dietz 40, the Dietz number 40 traffic guard had all these nooks and crannies for paint and paint stripper and dirt and grime, all to get stuck in. They were giving me trouble at every corner. Yep, let's get this out of the way before I knock it over somewhere. It's going to match very nicely. I'm glad that they kind of deteriorated at their same rate. As you just heard the humming start, that is my dryer cycling. That'll turn off in a like that. It's a nice way of keeping my fluffies still fluffed. But I'm a dude, and I don't need things fluffed. I've got a wick I can plop in here that is much less robust than the one I took out, and that's robust. I wish I could get a story on that purple wick. But this is considered a dead flame lantern. And I enjoy the kerosene lanterns, which are hot blast or cold blast. And I'm not, I don't go for the Coleman lantern thing, the pressurized stuff. I don't care for those. But these are, I got into these because they're, made by a lot of the same manufacturers as all the lanterns that I love. And I was born in the city of Rochester, and I'm only an hour from Warsaw, New York, where it says right here. I'm exactly from my house to the center of Warsaw, 1 hour from here. That's Warsaw, where all these Emburys were made. Pretty cool. All right. So we're done, pretty much. So here's that purple wick. Look at that cross section there. Pretty interesting. So someone took a very, very thin strip of some kind of purple fabric with some kind of core. I would have sold this. I'm pretty sure this is wool. We did an amazing stitching job on that. Pretty cool. What I got is this cheapo stuff. We'll get a piece of it out. So this is, really, really quite flimsy in comparison to what I took out. Hopefully it's not so flimsy that that little gear in here doesn't even find it. All right. Pretty. All right, so I'm going to keep this around. I'm really curious. And I just realized that you may not have seen me do any of that. Put that wick in, because I just realized that I had you on zoom in there. Yeah. All right. Sorry about that. Let me just make sure that we're dry in here, because I was running some water on this. I don't want to leave any water in there. All right, we're dry. Oops. Oh, I was hoping to hear that when it popped into place. But we're in. I can tell. Good. We are mounted. All right. And we got nice clean Fresnel, and I'm going to have to search around for an Embury number 40 Fresnel to make sure that everything matches just right. There we have it. We're Donskis with this. Let's come down to its level and take a look. Well, I'm a glutton for punishment, folks, as I am looking at just how much this thing is leaning. I can see it much more pronounced now that it's more uniform. When it was very when it was rusty and orange and red and weird, it was confusing to me. Well, I'll see if I can show you. Here. You can see where it's like that rather than that. Like that. I wouldn't mind trying my little method of trying to bring this up a little bit. We can certainly try it. I can give it one little try. And for no other reason other than you and me checking it out together and see if that kind of thing works. As maybe you wondered about it and didn't want to. All right, let me get prepared for this, and then I'll explain what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is take some of this paracord, now this is called 500-pound paracord for giggles, because this is pretty much, I think, made for crafts, at least this particular one here, because I got, it's kind of a discount kind of stuff. I used to make these things. Oh yeah, wow, look at the original color that used to be. Syracuse orange, man, I bleed. Syracuse orange. I used to have the hobby of making paracord bracelets, and I haven't done it in quite a few years, and yet I still have, like, literally, I have about 100 paracord bracelets made. I don't know what to do with. I did sell them for a while and gave the money to charity. And then, I don't know what happened. Okay. So, what I plan to do is, down here, I have this C-clamp that I use for my grid system for holding down things across my board here. What I'm going to do is tie a loop of this paracord through here, up out of here. Then I'm going to hang it from here, and then I'm going to push down on this with all my might and see with that rope going through there that I would be able to pull this up a little bit and undo this pretty extensive dent there. Of course, it's only going to be for this area, not here, but hopefully it'll kind of pull it up with it. At least I could get just straighten up this whole mechanism a little bit. Now you'd think you'd be able to do something like stick in this, but no, there's just far too many surfaces that you'd wreck. You'd wreck this one here, this one here. You'd just make a mess of everything. So that wouldn't work. So, all right, well, let me first this reminds me, remember the internet sensation of well, first it was spaghetti. People would take a piece of spaghetti and suck it up their nose and then out and then do a one of those things with a piece of spaghetti in their mouth. And then weren't they doing it with condoms? I think they were. I think there was a time when sucking a condom up through your nose. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that was a big thing for a while, and the entire world freaked out that everybody was going to die. Okay, let me get this set up here. Well, not sure how much this you're going to be able to see or not, but I'm going to give it a little try here. Okay, well, it did a little something. And it did have a slight deformation there, just on the edge, which tells me I put as much force as I wanted to on there. Well, I mean, I think we changed it by a couple of degrees, but not enough for any human to notice. Okay. So that was worth a try. And like I said earlier, that the lantern that I did it with, the Dietz one, that this was so badly collapsed that this edge here was touching this here. So, I mean, that was like 3/4 of an inch. And I was able to get it out. A good half an inch. Not all the way out, but it was a vast improvement. All right. And now the pieces go back where they're supposed to. Good. Being right close, very, very close to the entire end. Well, I was pretty much at the very end of this restoration when I decided to do that. And that's what happened with this last project I was working on. And I'm like, okay, we're done. And I'm like, oh, geez, look at this. This little thing came down in the chimney. Let's take the whole damn thing apart. Yeah, that's what happened. All right, let's bring it down. Let's come take a look here. Well, here we are. An Embury, number 40, traffic guard. City of Rochester. You know, I mean, who knows? Who knows how many traffic jams this was sitting in front of, you know, or car accidents. Pretty cool. Yeah, this looks so much nicer than it did before. With the way that paint was the paint was just too far gone with all this surface rust. And now we made the surface rust part of the patina of it all. I like that. Now I just want to find an Embury Fresnel because this has got a lot of chipping and these very prominent mold marks here that are kind of annoying to me. So that's why I like to have proper glass. Okay, folks, here we go. Embury number 40 traffic guard, made in Warsaw, New York. It's got a wick in it and all that stuff. And hey, folks, that is it. And I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you real soon. I got a whole bunch of really great projects coming up. And as usual, folks, don't you go change it.